Hello and welcome back to our Actionable AI for Real Results presentation part 2. In this session, our colleague Edward will walk you through a live demo exploring some key capabilities of ServiceNow's Generative AI and how it can drive smarter work within your organization. If you enjoy our content, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, as we are constantly sharing with you insights into making the most out of your ServiceNow platform.
Thank you for joining. Today, we will showcase some of the generative AI capabilities available in ServiceNow. I am Edward Nitsoi, a technical consultant specialist at Devhd, and my daily job is to transform business needs into efficient and scalable solutions using ServiceNow. Generative AI is integrated throughout the platform, enhancing various modules to support different roles and personnel. Today's focus will be on information technology, with the target roles being the end user and the agent. Let's get started. Inside of the Employee Center search window, we are going to type something like. Now, the advanced AI search results are provided, along with the source from which the conclusions were derived. The text is simple and concise, and if needed, the entire article is available. Of course, the content is generated only through the information that is already in ServiceNow. Below, we have the results ordered by probability results, and here is how the KB article actually looks like. Alright, so the next capability is related to chat communication, more specific chat summarization and chat replay recommendation, both part of Now Assist skills for ITSM. In order to go forward, we'll need to impersonate ourselves. It's something that I already did. I'm impersonated as Beth Angley, which is one of the registered agents, and I'm going to make myself available. And I'm going to open up a portal. Alright, and I'm going to try to connect as a live agent. Alright, I'm able to contact a live agent. Let's see what happens. I'm being routed to the agent, so back to our agent. We will see a pop-up and I'm going to accept the conversation. And the conversation has started. Alright. So as a user, I'm going to type in the following text and I'm going to send this text. Alright, and from this point, I'm going to go back to our agent's page and continue the conversation. So the capability that we would like to show is firstly the chat summarization, which of course doesn't have a lot of information right now. And I'm going to say something like, please allow me to check and get back to you. The capability that we are trying to show is the Now Assist in chat. So I can elaborate or shorten this conversation. I'm going to select elaborate for the sake of this example and see what happens. ServiceNow comes back with this kind of text, thereby we are able to elevate to the user's needs. Okay, I'm going to insert the text. If I still want to do some modifications, I am able to do so, but right now I'm going to leave it as it is. Now, next be something like the problem seems to be with the SMTP settings. It looks like a general issue. Let me elaborate that as well. Okay, so these are some good results. Alright, I'm going to insert this as well. Looks good. And now I'll try something else. I'll say that the issue has been resolved and perhaps it's a longer text. Perhaps we can shorten this one. The issue is fixed. Try sending an email to the following email address to confirm. Alright, so this seems to be it. I'm going to insert this text as well. Alright, let's go back to the user's page and say I'll end the chat. See it as an overview. Okay, it looks good. Now I have the summary and the text. The flow tries to give some ad hoc generated advice on how to fix the issue by yourself. And if the user is unhappy about the results, we will generate an incident. The flow uses generic prompt, summarization, generate content, and sentiment analysis capabilities. Let's see how it works. This is the test window designed for developers, so we can have a look on the results in real time. But normally, the entire conversation happens inside of the portal window space. For instance, the first part of the collector is a text input that asks for the issue description. The LLM follows the input as suggested. Let's see it. Inside of the window, we have asked the user in a nice way to describe the issue that he is encountering. And the system comes back with, could you please describe the issue that you're encountering? So this is a really fast way for me, a terrible generalist, to ask the questions on my own way and let the LLM decide the political wording. I'm going to type in that I'm not able to use Microsoft Office. And this will be the first question, description of the issue. All right, the second question is related to the category, ask the user about the category. And for the purpose of this example, I'm going to choose hardware, although we know it's a software issue, but you are going to see the results on the second scenario. And the third question is related to the urgency. So we only have 3 questions. It's a simple example. We can observe that all the questions are related to each other because the system tries to have a conversation with you. And this is really a nice way of having the user to interact in a chat. Then the next node is deflect through the KB. Actually, this is a capability which is generate content. And inside of it, we've just mentioned that we want to create a step-by-step instruction. For now, we are just going to take this box which says a confirmation message. It's just a message that asks if everything looks right with you before going forward. And I'm going to click on yes, and now we are on deflect through KB. And as we can see, it's generate a short knowledge article with step-by-step instructions about the following description. And I've inserted the collector's first question description of the issue. And let's see what happens. Alright, so the system came back with step-by-step instructions, a KB article, which could be followed. And of course, the information might not be 100% accurate, but this depends on the behavior that can be controlled by your LLM provider. We've used OpenAI for our example, but the information is quite alright. There are general statements, and we are going to say that yes, this situation solved our problem. This is a scenario where the issue has been solved indeed by a KB article deflection, and at the end of it we just have another capability that generates content and just a nice way through a proverb to end up a conversation. And this is a topic that we described, and this is what the system generated, and we are at the end of the flow. The second scenario looks similar, but instead of the happy flow, we will go to the second branch of our configuration, and we will use the summarize capability to create an incident. Let's start again and answer to the first question, but this time in a slightly different way. I'm going to insert the following text. I have a hardware issue with a laptop. The screen light is dimmed and I'm really in a hurry to finish up my presentation. We can observe with the help of the variables reader that the values are already filled in. Let's remember, we have 3 questions. Describe the issue, choose the category, and is there an emergency? We have the answer to all of these questions in the first statement. Thereby, the system does not ask the questions if they are answered already. A really nice way to converse it in the future. As you can see, the collector has been skipped and it does not raise the second or the third question. It says, does it look good to you? And I'm going to answer with yes. And next, the system will generate the KB article, step-by-step instructions on how I could resolve the issue by myself. This time I will say that no, the information was not helpful and we will focus on the second branch. Now we have sentiment analysis and summarization in the second branch, and at the end we just let the system to create an incident based on the variables output. Let's see what happens. Inside of the incident, we have the short description and description that they look the same because it was one single text that has been summarized. And at the end of it, we have the sentiment analysis, which in this scenario is negative. This value can only answer with positive or negative. This is a really nice, user-friendly way to conversate and have a chat in the future. Incident summarization is a feature part of the ITSM, more specific Now Assist for ITSM. Is also accessible both from the workspace and the classical user interface menu. It streamlines the key activities such as reviewing incident details and identifying the next course of action efficiently. In this demonstration, we'll walk through a straightforward example involving a hardware-related issue. The incident begins with the user providing a description of the problem in their own words, followed by a response from the local support team. Incident summarization generates a concise overview of the entire record, incorporating not only the initial description and the resolution, but also additional fields such as work notes. We also have a nice button that attaches the summarized results directly to the work notes, eliminating the need for manual copy-paste actions. The capability becomes quite handy when multiple records are being processed on a daily basis, and time becomes crucial both for the agent and for the people that need support. We continue with the next skill from Now Assist skills for ITSM, resolution notes generation. Also named the resolution note summarization, is designed to streamline the process of reviewing and documenting incident resolutions, enabling support agents to close incidents more efficiently and with greater consistency. In this demonstration, we'll showcase a practical example where an incident has been successfully resolved. We will continue with the same record. Once the issue has been addressed, resolution note summarization should generate a clear, concise summary of the resolution steps taken. This should include not only the actions performed by the support team, but also relevant details from the work notes, communications, and other related fields within the incident record. We will trigger the capability through the Resolve button, and the text is returned. And as usual, we have the possibility to modify the text as desired if the system hallucinates or if it doesn't correspond entirely with the reality, and then save it. Resolution note summarization is especially valuable in high-volume support environments where quick turnaround times and clear documentations are critical. After incident closure, the most beneficial action for our colleagues that work through undocumented issues is to create a knowledge article. Our next stop is KB generation. KB generation simplifies the process of creating comprehensive, high-quality knowledge articles directly from the incident or case data. In our record, I've added some step-by-step instructions on how to fix a jammed printer, just to see how ServiceNow translates this information. After incident closure, we have the possibility to create a knowledge article, and I'll go ahead and select a knowledge base, IT and standards template, and I'll go ahead and create the article. And then we are being asked if we want to use the AI for this article, and I'll select yes. And the capability organizes the KB on chapters. It might not be enough for an entire article, but it offers a solid draft foundation which you can use to build on. Take note that all the presented capabilities are available for the ITSM, CSM, and HRSD module, supporting the end users, agents, and admins. Thank you for taking the time to explore these key capabilities with me. I hope this demo provided valuable insight into how generative AI can drive real impact on your organization.